Good morning. It is Monday, May 19th. I'm Rick, and one of the big stories this morning so far is that Wendi McMahon, who's the president of CBS News and Stations, has resigned. And she sent out a memo to the staff today, basically saying, among other things, it's become clear the company and I do not agree on a path forward. Now, if you think this has something to do with the ongoing lawsuit between Donald Trump and 60 Minutes, I suspect that's a great deal of the path forward part of her statement. She's been very vocal about her opinion that CBS News did nothing wrong, that 60 Minutes did nothing wrong, that they should not apologize, that Paramount should not settle with if Donald Trump if it meant CBS having to apologize or say that they did something wrong. She did not believe that to be the case at all. And when 60 Minutes head Bill Owens resigned, what, almost a month ago at this point, she was very vocal at the time, saying, "Look, I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he did a great job with the show. I don't think we should apologize. I think that we did everything that we needed to do." And that is obviously a big part of this whole equation because Paramount Global's primary shareholder, Sherry Redstone, she wants this merger with Skydance to go through. She wants to cash out. And whatever she needs to do to make that happen, she's going to have happen. And she's been pushing CBS News and 60 Minutes to offer Donald Trump some sort of a fig leaf, right? Whether it's an apology or something, just to make him happy so that the government will approve this merger. That being said, Redstone and McMahon have had some ongoing issues really over the past year, particularly when it comes to CBS News coverage of Israel versus Hamas. There was a story on 60 Minutes earlier in the season that Redstone was really unhappy with. She made a point of reaching out to people in the media and saying, "Look, I'm not happy with this at all." She was unhappy with another story with whether or not Israel and was being properly covered in when it comes to what's going on in the Gaza. It was. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. It's very complicated, but let's just say she's been consistently unhappy with CBS's news's approach to their coverage of Israel, and she's been very vocal about this. And also, honestly, part of the issue is McMahon came in, she redid CBS Evening News. It has not been a success. Audiences have dropped. I think most people sort of seeing it as not especially a creative upside. There's been a lot of issues with that, and that's sort of one of these CBS News jewels, right? So if that show's not working, they have some problems. So this is not just all about this lawsuit, but it's partly about the lawsuit. And I guess what opens up the question is, okay, when she's gone, does that make it more likely that whoever takes over for her is going to say, let's settle. Yeah, we'll take a hit. We'll apologize. We'll say, oh, well, we're sorry that we did this thing that journalists have been doing really in good practice for a century, but we're sorry, we won't do it again. And the merger will go through, and then we can go back to being hard hitting. I think it's a very optimistic approach. I don't think it's going to work out the way that Sherry Redstone thinks it's going to work out. But honestly, she doesn't care because the merger goes through, she's gone. So if she leaves, a flaming pile of former strong news employees at CBS, she doesn't care. She's on a beach somewhere, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, I really hope that CBS doesn't settle with Donald Trump. From what I can tell, there's absolutely nothing to his complaints. I mean, the editing was an issue. He part of his lawsuit is arguing that people quit donating to his campaign because of this 160 minutes interview with Kamala Harris, which honestly, 60 Minutes is an important show, but I think that sort of overestimates how much people who might donate to Donald Trump were watching 60 Minutes. But regardless, the story's going to be going on for a while. Like I said, I hope that they don't settle, but I just have this sinking suspicion that we are headed that direction and it's absolutely going to suck for everybody. With that happy note, I watch out for the newsletter later today, unless some other breaking news comes along, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.